back to the channel. Today we're going to see if we can make apples from oranges or combine things together to make something good, I guess. So I got one passenger seat and 3 more seats. I got a passenger, driver, another driver, and we're going to try and combine all these and make a couple of GT350 Recaros that will work on the Mustang. So I took the liberty of taking an initial look at the wiring for these seats, and it looks like some of the stuff is fairly straightforward. Some of the stuff I still need to do a little more research, but I have a document that I'll be sharing in the comments below on where we're at with the wiring, the pin out, and everything else. So where are we with these seats? Quick analysis, a quick look, shows that the back bolt pattern seems to be give or take the same spacing. The plugs seem to be the newer 07 and up plug style. My car is an 06, so I have to do some chopping. I'm gonna reuse this connector off this seat for short. We're also going to be cutting off the airbag connector and figuring out the airbags in here. The other interesting thing is that the airbags for this new seat are a 4-wire airbag, which I have to see whether they're actually connected or not. I spent a lot of time looking at documentation. When you have friends that have a shop, it's quite helpful because they have the Mitchell software, so you can print out and look at lots and lots and lots of wiring diagrams. So far I got a little cheat sheet that I might be basing it off of. The biggest challenge that I see is that these front holes for the seats are completely different. The older seats seem to be mounting in a slightly different pattern, 16 and a give or take 16 inches. These ones have about 16 inches as well, but the holes themselves are a lot narrower and they're also vertical. So first thing we need to do, get these puppies out. There's also these knobs on the back side, and we need to drill those out. So once we do that, we can what I'm thinking of doing is we're going to be reusing these and mounting those onto the new seats, and that might actually work. So let's get started on taking things apart. And yeah, one thing in this episode, we're going to try and do the driver's side, and the passenger side is a lot more work, so that's going to be most likely in a separate episode. Okay, so it appears that they're just welded on the bottom in 2 places. So you can see one here and then one there. So we might be able to get a hacksaw and just kind of cut it off and see how that works. So let's give that a try really quick. So we're off by 1 inch on this side. We have two options. Now I have another base, which will give me a third one, but I would be missing one bolt or one bracket. So what else we can do? We might be able to just drill a hole in here 1 inch apart and just use that, maybe, but it's not as clean as I would want to. So back to the drawing board on that side, but this side should be good to go. This is how much we got so far. One bracket done. The two back bolts are done. The next thing we have to do is figure this one out, which it'll take me just a little bit. And so we'll take a break and get back to this in a few minutes. First I gotta get dinner, get the kid to bed and everything. Then I'll get back to this. So be back in a few minutes. We're back. Let's see, I got the brackets. I think I got it figured out. This one stays as it is, and this one we pretty much flipped it around and mounted it on the previous hole. This way we have pretty much the right distance between the holes, and we're gonna do a quick test fit and see how that fits in the car. And if everything's good to go, then we can focus on wiring and figuring all of that out. So for now, let's take this puppy out. I know this is a Recaro too, but I really like the way the GT350s look and feel. So that's the reason why I wanted those. Even though this one, I got it converted to electric base and all the other stuff as you saw in the other video. But it is what it is. So we'll get this out and do a test fit. So. this is gonna do just fine. The bolts, they're gonna need just a little bit of massaging on these things. I just need to bend them just a little bit. But, oh my god, this feels good. So now let's figure out the wiring. Okay, as far as wiring goes, this connector has to be cut. We know I have the document that has the pinout for everything that's in here. So now we gotta get the connector off the original driver's seat that I have in here, chop it, and just kind of wire things back together. So let's do that. This has been a fun night. Okay, so the wiring that actually matters is the purple and the yellow. What happened is, I think, or I know now, airbag is extremely sensitive on the resistive value, so you cannot use those quick wire connectors. So I actually had to solder everything like super thoroughly. And then the way it works is the white wire that comes on the airbag feed in the bottom of the car goes to purple, and then the red goes to the yellow and orange. So now that's fixed. And then the other thing that I was missing is I had the sorry, I had the other wiring slightly wrong on the seatbelt connector. So the way the wiring goes is green off of the original, the light green, goes to the yellow blue. It turns out that we actually end up using the seat sensor. Then we have the black from the new one goes to the black and blue. And then we have the gray and blue goes to the green and blue. So that's it. That's the whole wiring. I just need to put some tape on it, bunch it up, and then we can put the seat on and tighten it up and see how it looks. So let's do that right now. Well, there it is. There's the connector. This one is not in the best shape, so we can't really hook it up in here because it's not going to stay. Well, it will. Okay then, there you go. We can get this wired up in the car and bolt it in, and let's see how it looks.
Walking away, your words are lost on me. It's taking everything. not to turn around. Throw it away. See if you'll let go of me when you're not holding me. I can see it now. Hey, when I lose, but if I'm gonna lose you, I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna lose it. I'm like, oh shit, I've been doing this a long time.
There you have it. That was a bit of a pain in the butt, but let's see how it feels. That's the biggest part. Oh boy. Oh yeah. This seat definitely feels a lot nicer than the other one. So tune in next time. We're going to wire it and prep and do the work on the second seat. The passenger side is going to be even more work, even more fun. So subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you on the next one.